What's up, everybody? Christian Ballard here with Ballard Sports Media, coming at you again today with another college football preview video for the 2020 season. And up today is the Florida State Seminoles. All right, so as most of you know and can already figure out, Florida State has been in the dumps the past few years with Willie Taggart. I'm not even sure what Florida State was doing hiring the guy. I'm sure he can coach a team in the FCS or in high school, but obviously, as we saw, not the right guy for the job. You look back at last year before we get to the 2020 season. Lost the first game against Boise State at home, only by 5 points. It was a close game for him. And when you look at it, what was he there? Only a year or so. 2018 to 2019. He was there for 2 years. Now he's the head coach at FAU. So he's gone. They hired Mike Norvell, who was at Memphis for quite some time, quite a few years. He's 0-3 in bowl games, 38-15 record as a head coach. That's actually a pretty good record for a couple years. Bowl games, not so much, but he might be the guy for Florida State. Not going to go ahead and call it, but again. But you look back at last year for Florida State, open it up at home with Boise State. You lose by 5. You beat in overtime ULM. This is at home. So obviously you're seeing, when you look at a program like Florida State, I get it's the ACC and all that. And of course everyone would probably agree the ACC isn't very good right now. But regardless of that, Florida State's been one of those programs, especially with a guy like Jimbo Fisher, recruiting well, recruiting guys. But I feel like ever since Jimbo Fisher quit and left there, it just has gone downhill so much. Embarrassing losses after embarrassing losses, bad plays, lost on the road at Virginia, an ACC team that was week 3. Which again, the ACC outside of Clemson is not very good. You got teams that are just straight bad, but they all play each other. Someone's got to win those games, right? Boise State losing to start the season, a rough start. You win by only a point in overtime against ULM. You even know what that stands for? University of Louisiana Monroe. In overtime, 45-44. Not good. I'm not going to go through all of these games for Florida State, but you get the picture. Lose at Florida 40-17. That's not a bad loss. Florida's a great team. I already did a preview video on them. You can go and check it out if you missed it. Then you got 6 wins, enough to get you to a bowl game in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Basically meaningless, straight meaningless. One of the bottom of the barrel type of bowl games that we have. And you play Arizona State at Sun Bowl Stadium, lose it by 6. So looking at that, and of course Willie Taggart is out the door. He was going to be promising to the Florida State Seminoles, going to be the guy to replace Jimbo Fisher and take this team where it wants to be. Obviously, he could not do that. They signed some pretty decent recruits, though. Brian Robinson, a 4-star wide receiver. No, not Brian Robinson on Alabama. That's a different. Steven Dix Jr., 4-star linebacker. Could have done a lot better in recruiting, in my opinion. I'm not trying to take anything away from these athletes, but no, obviously, they have just been at the bottom of the barrel, as I mentioned, the past few years, all around. So Mike Norvell comes in. Got to have a head coach for a program, no matter how bad it is. Someone's got to lead the team. He'll be the head coach this year for the first time at Florida State. Again, 0-3 in bowl games, 38-15 overall as a head coach. Not a bad overall record. not too good in bowl games, though. So we'll have to see how he can handle the ACC. So with that being said, I guess let's go ahead and get into the actual 2020 schedule for Florida State. All right, you open up with the Chick-fil-A kickoff game Saturday, September 5th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. I think it's the Chick-fil-A kickoff. Hold on. It's on opening week. This is the Chick-fil-A kickoff on November 5th to open the season in Atlanta. Then you have a home game next week against a team named Samford. The Samford Bulldogs, not sure who that is. Go on the road at Boise State. Take a bye week. Come off that. Yeah, again, you get a really early bye week. That's going to be tough. 4 weeks into the season. Come off that. At NC State, home against Clemson, home against Wake Forest. At Louisville, home against Pitt. At Miami, Boston College, at Syracuse, and then Florida. And then after Florida, the ACC Championship game. Not going to make it. Sorry. I really don't know. I really don't know what to make of this schedule. You're losing in Clemson. You're losing to Florida. You might lose at Syracuse. Pitt always finds a way to beat a team they probably shouldn't. I'm not going to say that's Florida State. You could beat Pitt. You might not. I think they can beat Samford. I think that they can. I don't know. I would probably pick West Virginia to win the opening game. Maybe Florida State. I really don't know what to make of this schedule. It is so, Florida State's unpredictable, kind of. I get they're bad. I get that. But so unpredictable. We don't know what Mike Norvell is going to look like. He's taking a team that's been in the dumps. I'm not trying to take anything away from the players. This is on Willie Taggart, okay? This is on the Florida Athletic Department for hiring Willie Taggart. I'm not taking anything away from the players. They lose a running back, though. What's his name? Cam Akers, I think, going to the NFL. Going to be a good running back. Supposed to be drafted. I think, what are they predicting him? I think I've seen a couple things. He's like the day 3, day 2 pick. So I'm not even trying to rip on the players. Obviously they're not playing well, but that's because of the coaching staff and the coaching system. All because of Willie Taggart, who just threw this in the dumps. So, I don't really have anything else to say other than let's look at the schedule again. So, let me see. They'll lose to Clemson and Florida. That's 2 losses. Samford Bulldogs, they could probably win that game. At Boise State, probably going to lose that. At NC State, probably going to lose that. At Louisville, I don't know. A huge rivalry November 7th with Miami. This is on the road. I really don't know what to pick here. Florida State. Why you got to be difficult here? Why in the world do you have to be first off unpredictable and then just so bad in the dumps here? Let me calculate this real quick. Let's see. Florida is 1 loss. Okay. So you got Florida and Clemson, that's 2. At Syracuse would be 3 losses. I'll give the Miami game to Miami. That's on the road. Pitt. I don't know. I'm going to play it safe and say 6-6. I'm going to be honest. I think they have what it takes to compete a little bit, right? Not a whole lot, okay? This isn't obviously they're nowhere near Clemson, Syracuse is one of those ACC teams you can look at and say, you know what, they're really good at home. Once in a blue moon or whatever, they might lose there, unless it's like Clemson, although Clemson did lose to Syracuse on the road. Yeah, a couple years ago at least. But I don't know. I think I'll just look at this and just say 6-6. Florida State, listen, it's not a nobody school. It's not a nobody team. It's just down in the dumps. Mike Norvell could be better than Willie Taggart. I don't think you can get worse than that, at least at Florida State. Again, 38-15 as a head coach. 0-3 in bowl games. The 0-3 in bowl games, first off, I don't even know what his bowl games were. I'd have to look, but 38-15 in 3 years, that's not that bad. I mean, that's not that bad of a record. That's actually pretty good. But anyway, so, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll play it safe here and just call it maybe like 6-6. Let's call it that. Maybe Mike Norvell has some luck this year. I really don't know. I'm sticking to 6-6. 6 wins, good enough for a bowl game. I mean, I'm not predicting bowl games at the moment because we don't know what's going to happen in the regular season for any team. Again, just predictions. So I don't know. That's really all I got for this video. You guys comment down below. I got at least 1 or 2 Seminole fans. Let me know. Gator hater, I'm calling you out, man. What do you see your Seminoles doing? Anyone else, of course, whether you're a Seminole fan or not, you're watching this, just want to give your take on it, feel free to do so in the comments. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Always appreciate it. 6-6. I don't know. I really don't know what to make of this. But anyway, that's pretty much it for me. Thanks so much for watching and tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, Ballard Sports Media, checking out. See y'all later.